Breaking tonight in a Kelly File exclusive, we are hearing from the woman at the center of a caught-on-tape moment that caused national controversy. Latausha Nedd was arrested back in September after videos emerged of her declaring, quote, open season on crackers, and suggesting people start walking up on untrained police officers and stealing their weapons. She says the videos were selectively edited and never meant for public consumption. Here's a clip.
They've been coming for our throats. They've been coming for our lives. They're killing our women, saying that they committed suicide. They're killing our unarmed men for no reason at all, for petty crimes or nothing at all, for traffic stops, your tail light out, and you getting killed.
I maintain that I have the right to defend myself from these hate-filled rants from this group and their supporters. At no point did I ever want to kill or hurt law enforcement officers, and the unedited version of these videos will prove that fact.
Joining me now in a cable exclusive, Latausha Nedd, the woman we've been speaking about, and her attorney, Gerald Griggs. Thank you both for being here. Latausha, let me start with you on where our reporter just left off, on the perception that you threatened white people based on the words, we're going to fight back, we declare right now open season on a MFing cracker, as you're pointing a gun at the camera with your finger on the trigger, saying you need to watch your MFing heads, you need to protect your MFing selves because we're coming from you. Can you see how people thought that was a threat?
Taken out of context, yes. I can see how that might sound that way.
What context makes it sound better?
I don't think that the context that I was being threatened, and that video specifically was towards the people that were threatening me. So there's nothing that I could say to make it sound any better than that. When being threatened, when being called stereotypical names, racial slurs, and I responded.
How, I mean, separate and apart from what happened in your online chat, because that's where this took place, how do you feel about white people?
I don't hate white people, if that's what you're asking me, Megyn. I don't hate white people. I hate injustice, and I hate corruption. And I feel that the systematic killing of black people has to be addressed.
When people listen to the piece that went online, you talk about how it's open season on the cracker. We won't take this any MFing more. That makes it sound obviously like you mean what you say, that it's open season on white people. Cracker is obviously a derogatory term for white people. And even though this happened in a situation where you say somebody was antagonizing you, your statements are generalized.
Again, Megyn, once we go further with this investigation, the ending part, those last 30 seconds of that video will be very clear and explained. So the beginning of that video, which people don't get to see, is me talking about the atrocities that are being committed against black people. And the system that allows those atrocities to go on.
I understand that's where you are angry about what you perceive as, the murders of young black men. You believe those are murders by some police officers that we've seen, and in some cases they have been. But in many cases they haven't been, and they've been portrayed in a way in the media that may have been misrepresented the facts. Can you allow for that? Because in your discussion, you sound like you really can't, like you hate the cops and you want it to be open season on them too.
Well, here's what you have to understand, Megyn. You have to take the video in context. You have to understand the threats that were made before the video when she was having a Google Hangout chat and individuals infiltrated and hacked in and called her everything but a child of God. And in Georgia law, you have the very right to defend yourself, and that's exactly what she was doing. So we're not talking about this out of context. If someone hacks into your show and calls you everything under the sun, threatens to come to your house and then comes to to your house and posted online that they came to your house, you would respond the same way. And that's exactly what my client did. That's what free speech allows her to do. And at that point, she was defending herself.
But that's where you lose a lot of people, Gerald, is that a lot of people watching this will say, if that happened, if somebody hacked into my Google chat and started saying nasty things about me, I would not respond by using the terms crackers and it's open season and, you know, all the stuff we went through, pointing the gun at the camera, finger on the trigger. You need to watch your MFing heads. We're coming for you. It's open, and so on.
And here's where we beg to differ, Megyn. If someone comes to your house and claims to be the police, if someone hacks into your Google account and shows you a picture of your house telling you, I'm coming for you, you MFing N-word, multiple times, calling you all kinds of racial epithets, monkey, coon, and all those things are
That's on the tape that the court has. That's on the tape that the court has.
Yes, you see the individual, you see him laughing, you see him talking about her, you see all these things, and that's the unedited tape.
They're antagonizing her, and she's responding. But let me ask you, in all fairness then, Latausha, are these terms, you know, cracker and we're going to kill, have you said that prior to this chat room?
I have. The etymology of the word cracker comes from slavery, where field slaves would notify each other when the overseer was coming.
But why is it okay to use that term, but not the
crack? Wait a minute, Megyn. The sound of the crack of the whip. That's where it comes from. Now, if I'm being called a nigger, then, and no one seems to have a problem with that, when I use the word cracker, now I become a terrorist? Come on, Megyn.
And here's the ultimate issue.
I don't know about your assertion that no one has a problem with the N-word. I think a lot of folks out there have a problem with both of those words, don't want to hear those heard. Gerald, I know that you are arguing this in court. You don't believe she's made terroristic threats, that this was a matter of free speech, and that she has a defense based on the fact that she was threatened firsthand in the first place, and we'll hear more of that when the court releases this tape. I appreciate both of you being here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Megyn.